Industry dominates Gladstone, but behind it there's a softer side, which has included hockey for many years.
Gladstone hockey, as it is today, started in 1935 with two women's teams. They were the Imperials and the Why Nots, and they started in June 1935 at Memorial Park. Not long after the women's team started, three men's teams were formed, and shortly after we had the Port Curtis Hockey Association started, and that's grown into what we are today. Things happened pretty quick when the association was first formed. They had their first representative games played in 1935 against Rockhampton. There was two teams they played against from Rocky for that series. In 1936 they moved grounds from Memorial Park down into Park in the Valley, and then in 1937 they formed the Umpires Association and they took over umpiring fixtures on the Sundays. We moved to our present location in 1941, and it was decided by the committee at the time that they'd have it renamed from Fry Park, which is what it was called for the football times in Gladstone, to Rigby Park, as a tribute to the wholehearted effort that the Rigby family put into Gladstone hockey over many years. And yeah, we've been here ever since. Gladstone hockey's not sitting too bad at the moment. We've got 5 clubs. All 5 clubs hold a men's and women's teams in, if not all divisions, most divisions. And 4 of the clubs hold juniors in all divisions, starting from the rookie 7s up to the under 15 comp. We have around 500 members. It fluctuates around that mark, has for the last couple of years now. To give our top players an increased level of competition, 3 of the clubs now, Sparks, Meteors and Souths, play a CQ Hockey League competition against the Rockhampton teams. Gives them a chance to play against top-notch teams like Wanderers, Park Avenue, and gives the juniors something to strive for when they can see the level of competition and hopefully one day themselves be travelling to Rockhampton to play. For around 50 years we've only had 3 grass fields to play on in Gladstone, unfortunately, but about 20 years ago some of our older members, John Beale, Bernie Machin and the likes, did a lot of work chasing up on having a synthetic surface in Gladstone. They only worked on a sand-based surface, but we've been lucky through federal government, local government grants that we finally in 2008 got the ball really rolling. In 2010 we were told we had our money, and as you see it as today, by over $1 million come from the federal government all up through different grants and through support through our local federal member, and Gladstone City Council put in probably another $300,000-400,000, and the rest we had to make up ourselves. The surface was down ready to play 3 weeks before the 2012 veteran men's state titles. We had three weeks of trial to see how we were going to go. Dugouts weren't even finished for the state titles. All we had was the surface. Sprinklers that sort of ran, had to run them manually, and yeah, still not finished, but we're getting there slowly. We've been pretty successful having women selected to the higher level from Gladstone Hockey. Probably our most famous was also our first, which was Ruth Machin, followed by Leanne and Sue Aikenhead, and now our most recent and current is Rita Boyd for the under-16 Australian team. Future for Gladstone hockey is hard to predict. Hopefully with the new infrastructure, new surface, we'll get the draw card that we wanted and people will come in and start supporting hockey more. But if not, we are working on getting an RCD again for our area. We haven't had one for a few years and it's hurt us with our school-based recruitment and school-based programs. But all well and good, we'll get a new RCD this year and our school-based program will fire along again, and then it's just up to more fundraising for further ground improvements and more money for our juniors to go away to representatives.
Next week I travel further up the coast to find out more about the history of hockey in Queensland.
Only a matter of time.